Hey everyone, Dark Lotus here. What do we got going on today? Today we have this structure behind me, and I'm going to teach you guys how to build it. What is it exactly? Well, let's go take a closer look. So it's not a Mag Chicken Farm. I recently built this in my Let's Play, but I figured I would just do a tutorial, something faster, something to teach it, and go through all the steps, give you exact block quantities, and all that. It's a little different than the one I built in my Let's Play. It's actually a little bit more simple, less observers and just some basic redstone. But the main build is pretty much the same. And what was really nice about it is it turned out very symmetrical. That's always nice to look at. So as you guys can see, this is running in the background. There's baby chickens in the front, adult chickens in the back. Much easier to do in creative. Just throw some eggs in there. I just built it and just had it running. That shouldn't be in there. But as we kind of go, it'll run behind us. They'll grow up. So to start with, what you'll need is a 9x7 platform. As you can see, I have 2 of them here, and that's for a alteration build or a little bonus build at the end. So what are we going to need for this build? We're going to need 16 steps, 6 blocks of glass, 72 full blocks, 2 half slabs, 2 trapdoors, 8 carpet, 11 redstone, 5 repeaters, 2 comparators, 4 dispensers, 2 observers, a daylight detector, 10 hoppers, 4 chests, 2 buckets of lava, some chicken eggs. This quantity can vary, just depends on how quickly you get chickens. It can be a lot, so I would collect a lot, especially if you're in survival. As far as the blocks go, they're all by choice. I like glass to front so I can see what's going on. And as for everything else, again, it's all blocks of choice. There's nothing specific you have to use for any of these, but it has to be these types of items. And let's get started. So we're going to start out 2 from the edge, and we are going to put down our chests. This is a double chest. And we're going to go 1 away and put down another double chest. From there, we're going to put a hopper going into each one of these chests with a half slab on top. Now from here, all we're going to need to do is just put some temporary blocks back in the back here and put down 2 of our dispensers, and you want to put it to where half of it is into the slab that you just put down, and you can break these temporary blocks. From here, you're going to go ahead and put 1 piece of glass in front of each one of these and 1 in the middle. You're going to put your block of choice off to the side, and these are just kind of starting out your chambers for the baby chickens as they grow up. On top of your block of choice, you're going to put a dispenser facing in on each side. From there, we're going to build up all of these 1 block. After you've got it built up 1 block above to where you're even with the dispensers you put facing in, these are actually going to be used to dispense the lava later. We're going to go ahead and put blocks underneath, and then 1 block off to the side of each one of these back dispensers. Off the back dispensers, we're going to put 1 comparator facing out on both sides. Then we're going to go back to our block of choice. We're going to put those off the comparators. 1, 1. Alright, and this is what it should be looking like right now. Then we're going to go a block on the ground off of that on each side. With that, we're going to put a repeater set to 1 tick off each side of them. Then from there, we're going to put 1 block off the repeater. This is how it should look. Then you're going to put 2 blocks next to that. This is going to have a redstone line on it. After those 2 blocks, you're going to put redstone, 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 redstone. And what this is going to do is read, send a pulse out, and then shut itself off. And it's just going to keep going with however many quantity of items are inside the dispenser. After that, we're going to go ahead and put a redstone line down off each one of these sides. And then we're going to put a repeater going into this bottom block. And so when this sends a signal around and goes back around and keeps doing the loop, this is going to send a signal down, power this block, power the dispenser, and actually fire out the item inside. And that's going to be what sends the eggs into the chamber. From there, we're going to build out with hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could technically make it shorter. You could go 3 if you'd like. I'm just going to do 4. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and fill this out. Probably should have already done it. It doesn't really do anything. It's just as an aesthetic. And then from here, now these are going to be the chambers for the adult chickens that are sending the egg into the system. We need blocks up beside, so that way we can seal these off. And after you get that, you want to go another one on each. This is to make sure that none of the adult chickens can get out. Alright. I'm going to fill out that middle as well. And from here, now we have our chambers built up. Too high to where the adult chickens have a space. We're going to fill out these and cover up all but one. And then we're going to add our 2 trapdoors in. 2. And this allows us to add eggs inside, and the adult chickens will be stuck inside where they can't get out. So last steps. We have the blocks up to this point, but we have nothing covering these dispensers to get them power. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a cover over top. And then for aesthetics, we're going to close this off as well. Just kind of makes everything symmetrical. Then from here, we're going to go 1 block from the edge. We're going to put our daylight sensor. We're going to put an observer looking into that daylight sensor. We're going to do a repeater set to 3 ticks. Another observer. And then we're just going to cover this up with redstone dust. And now what's going to happen is every time this gets a signal from the sun, it's going to send a pulse. It's going to light up this repeater. This is going to trigger, send out a pulse, and then immediately this is going to power off, and then this is going to send another pulse. So what it's going to do is it's going to send out our buckets of lava, and then it's going to retract them all pretty quickly. So that means we need to add in our buckets of lava. And this build is basically done. I mean, it is a functional build at this point. All we need to do now is add in our eggs. And if you're doing this in survival, you're just going to have to use regular eggs. I'm going to use chicken eggs. One thing I forgot to mention, you can put carpet down. It's not entirely necessary, but it kind of keeps everything level. So you put carpet over top of these. So that's 4 pieces of carpet on each side, so 8 total. It just kind of keeps everything level. Now you can add in your chickens. Oops, excuse me. Once you have these chambers plenty filled up with chickens, again, if you're in survival, you'll have to kind of raise them up and with wheat seeds or just wait over time. Then as they lay eggs, they're going to go through the system. So just to test that out, we're going to go put in a couple stacks of eggs. And as you guys can hear, the system is running, feeding eggs, and the baby chickens are coming out on top. And now we just need them to grow up, and then we'll get some yummy cooked chicken to use in survival. Alright, after we have all the build working and it's functional, we're going to go through and fill out the rest. So from here, we're going to fill out all these kind of cavity sections underneath, and that just gets us a nice flat surface to work with. Then we're going to take our steps and just go around the outside edge. And just like the bottom, we're going to do the same thing on the top. And just like the other one, this one is now complete. That's kind of the basis for it. I love how the oxidized copper works with the deep slate. It looks really nice. It's one of my favorite color palettes. From here, let's get into the bonus build. Alright. So I told you guys that we were going to go over one other variation of this build. So the nice thing about this is you can actually make it bigger. So grabbing all of our stuff to start with again, just as a quick rundown, we had our 2 chests. Boom. I shouldn't have deleted the blocks out. So we're right back at this point again. So what you can do instead is you can literally just do a 3rd setup here. I mean, you could run a chest into another chest, or you could just do a hopper chain into the middle into one chest. So if you wanted to, you could go chest in the middle and run hoppers into that. What I worry about, though, is the flow of items. You want to get them out as quickly as possible because you have lava running in the background that can burn up your items. So you also have the option to feed directly down in, which actually will pull items out quicker. Because it actually, when you do a sideways hopper, it wants to pull down and then over, or over and then down. So it actually picks 2 different directions to send the items through. So it runs a little slower, it seems like, that way. But for just keeping everything the same, we'll do it this way. Put down a slab, top. So now we have a 3-chamber. And basically, we're just going to cover that up, just like we would normally. We're going to cover the side with blocks. This time, we're not going to add the dispensers in to the side at all. We're actually going to put them down. So, let's get our dispensers. So now that we have the beginning of a 3-chamber, oh yeah, I can't fit in there. Oh yeah. So then we're gonna do cover this up so that way they can't get out. So now this is all enclosed. So what we're gonna do is off of these 2, we're gonna run our comparators. And then go with our repeaters. Again, just set to 1 tick. Cover this all up on the bottom. redstone, 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 repeater, 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 redstone. So what this is going to do is anytime any eggs come through, it's just going to pulse into this middle one as well. So you have a chamber. 2, 3, 4. So just like the other one, but we filled out the middle as well. So now we have our chamber set up. We're going to take it another one higher. We're going to put our carpet down. And then we're going to block everything off. And then you can just use 1 trapdoor, or you can do 3. I mean, it's completely up to you. This is just for what's convenient. I'm just going to do 3. And you're just going to put in all your adult chickens, and they're going to funnel through all these spaces because they're going to get pushed into them. So you're going to fill out every spot inside of here. And they're just going to all lay eggs. And then we're just going to do the same setup that we did before. Not that's like that. We just need to get a lava bucket. And we're just gonna put one of these in each one. Now, when we put eggs in the back, it's pretty much just gonna pulse all 3 of them. The only one that's not going to pulse on its own is the middle, but every other one will. As you guys can see, we have a section of 3 with our lava up top, so when these grow up into adult chickens, they'll be burnt by the lava and we'll get cooked chicken and feathers down below. And you can do this on a even higher scale if you'd like. Because of the repeater sending the signal back on here, I mean, sky's kind of the limit. There's going to come a time where you're going to run out of signal strength from the repeater, which is 15. But you're going to have 15 off of each of these. So, I mean, you could go pretty far. So you can make a completely massive automatic chicken farm. I guess it just depends on how many people you need to feed in your server or in your game. But I would say this is already overkill. Even a 2-chamber is pretty quick. Especially if it's put into your spawn chunks to where it's running in the background at all times. You're going to get quite a bit of cooked chicken. So much so you're not going to be able to eat it in time. But if you have 15, 20 people playing on the same server, you need a lot of food. I would say golden carrots are the better way to go with a trading hall. But for early game, this is a really easy build to do. All you have to do is get in the nether and get some nether quartz. Once you get that, you can make all these items relatively easy just from mining and getting some redstone. And then you have an unlimited supply of chicken to make sure you have food, at least until trading becomes more of a thing in your server. So, yeah, that was my bonus build, just to show you can go even bigger with it. And that's all the build. So hopefully this helped you if you're starting a new world, or even if you have one and you wanted a cool automatic chicken farm. One thing you guys probably want to see is just this working. So I'm going to go back to the original build because there's adult chickens in the front, as you can see. They're not dying because I have my game rule off for daylight cycle. There's a bunch of adult chickens, but they're not being burnt by lava. But that's because I shut off the daylight cycle of this world. So I'm going to turn it back on. So I'm going to go game rule, do daylight cycle. I'm going to turn that back to true. I'm just going to go time set noon. And see how we got an update. And it ran the lava. Now, as the time of the day changes, it's going to do that. And as you guys can see, we got some cooked chicken down below. So if we let this run for a little while, what we can do is we can just turn up the game speed. Don't know if I remember how to do that. Random tick speed. I think normally it's 3, so let's turn it up to 100. And if we go through the chests, just after a few minutes of just sitting here, letting it run, we have cooked chicken. This one's obviously going to be faster because there's just so many more chickens inside of here that can grow up. With that, I'm Dark Lotus. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot and lets me know to keep going and making videos like this for all of you. Hopefully you all enjoyed my automatic chicken farm and how to make it. I'll try to do more videos like this in the future of different things that I kind of come up with. I have something from my old survival world that I want to showcase in a video. Hopefully that'll be my next video. I'm at least going to do a teaser about it. And thank you for watching. Bye.